Now I'll talk a little bit of works from this recording I did. It's more than 10 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
It's called Within, and it means like something that goes inside or comes from within, maybe. So inside of the guitar, of the body, or of the mind, maybe. And the idea is that the pieces that are listed, or in the order also, it's like it's starting like in a some way, let's say a normal way, or at least a pitch-based and somehow also in this case quite beautiful sound world of the first pieces by Ben Sørensen. I played some of them yesterday. It's a suite he finished for me. I was lucky he composed the last 3 movements for me in 2008. I played also the first piece is actually Shadow Siciliano that he composed, and it was written for a Swedish guitarist, Magnus Andersson. It's also part of, he's also, like Defalia was relating to Debussy, Ben Sørensen is maybe relating to other music, but actually he's more relating to himself. So when he's composing a symphony, sometimes you can hear traces of his melodies from other pieces. So for instance, the Doll's Mass, that was like the second last piece I played, goes into the Dark Chic yesterday. That theme, he says, it's actually a theme I had since I was a child, and he was using it in his first composition he did for a theater play. And then I always wanted to use that, and then he put it into the guitar piece. So his music is normally very fragile. If you look at the score here, you see it starts 3/piece. So I'm sure if he had been there, he would say, maybe you play too loud. I mean, it's only like 2 times he goes to like, one time it goes maybe to mezzo forte, otherwise, or 2 times, otherwise mezzo piano is very loud in his music, because it is so fragile. But somehow it has a clarity to it, I think, so you still hear it and understand it and go with it. So I would call it that it's like several melodies that each has their tonality that are woven together. That's how I see the music. I don't need to play so much of it maybe, but just so it's quite like a let's say a beautiful sounding world, and then the slight kind of distorted things are these kind of, I don't know, glissando or something that is hiding or going somewhere, but it's never really like in your face. There is like this one note, which is maybe like a statement or something. That's the only thing. So and so on with the other pieces, but it's just like, yeah. So that's what is starting, the first thing on this CD. Then maybe what we could listen to is the next piece by one of the, at the moment, most prolific composers in Denmark. I think it's here. He's called Simon Sten Andersen. I was happy to study a little bit. I was a little old. I'm like kind of the same age as him, but I studied 1 year before him, and somehow I think he heard me play something. He got attracted to the instrument and started composing. So he wrote actually a lot of pieces for me. This piece was the first one. Later on followed a whole series of pieces, also a big guitar concerto. Recently, I've not worked so much with him. He lives in the Germany. He's very, very much played there, very famous there, lives in Berlin. And he's super busy. But he composed a lot of pieces, also for my instrument. This piece is called Inside Out, Side In, and it has the dots afterwards, so it's like it continues. It can be inside, outside, inside, outside, in. And he has an idea of another type of, let's say, imitation or counterpoint, you could also say. And in some way, it's a very easy to understand concept, and it's also very easy to understand for the listener when you hear it, I feel, because he has, let's say, in this music, he has in this piece he has like 3 types of music. And the idea of this piece is that it's breaking together and going to the other side. It starts very loud and as kind of chaotic and very virtuosic as you almost can do. And then there is a middle section that is kind of transformation, and then it breaks apart and turns into the backside of the guitar, which I will talk more about later on. Backside of the guitar not being this side, but being like this side of the instrument. In the first piece I played by another composer yesterday, you also heard these sounds, no? So basically just this side of the string sounding when you tap like and damp here. Combined with like different soft noise sounds. You want to
Yes.
say something? Yes. Okay, I will take a break.
지금 두 분의 작곡가 작품에 대한 말씀을 좀 이어서 해주셨어요. 먼저 해주신 작곡가는 어제 연주됐었던 벤 소렌슨이라는 작곡가의 작품 성향을 좀 말씀해 주셨었는데 저희 악보도 받았더니 섀도우 시실리아노를 일부를 아까 연주를 해주셨었고요. 이 작품은 이제 이 작곡가의 어떤 성향이라고 할 수도 있겠지만 악보를 보시면 이제 다이나믹이 굉장히 작은 피아니 시시시모로 시작을 해서 전반적으로 굉장히 작은 다이나믹으로 계속 유지를 하다가 맨 끝에 가서 메조 포르테가 한번 나오는 그게 이제 가장 큰 순간이 되는 이제 그런 음악입니다. 그래서 이 음악은 아까 표현하실 때 프레자일이라는 표현을 쓰셨어요. 그래서 음악이 굉장히 어떤 약한, 취약한 어떤 그런 느낌이 드는 굉장히 섬세한 사운드를 쓰신 어떤 그런 작품이라고 설명해 주셨었고요. 다음에 이어서 이제 저희가 이제 들을 작곡가는 사이먼 스틴 앤더슨이라고 지금 이제 굉장히 활동을 많이 하는 작곡가라고 설명을 해 주셨고요. 과거에 이제 이 랄슨 선생님의 연주를 들으신 사이먼 스틴 앤더슨 작곡가가 이제 기타를 위한 작품들을 많이 쓰기 시작했고 그래서 같이 작업도 많이 하셨는데요. 지금 이제 들려드릴 예정인 이제 CD로도 들려드리고 설명을 좀 하실 모양인데 작품 제목이 인사이드 아웃사이드 인이라고 합니다. 그래서 안팎 안이라는 제목으로 저희는 이제 해석을 할 수 있을 것 같은데 시작하는 부분은 굉장히 이제 사운드가 크고 노이즈 있고 굉장히 이제 어떤 기교를 많이 요하는 이제 그런 부분이 있다면 그 다음 부분으로 가서는 아까 악기를 잠깐 잡고 설명을 해주셨었는데 악기의 이 너트, 이 넥과 이 왼쪽 부분을 주로 연주를 하는 굉장히 이제 작고 여린 느낌이 아마 들 것 같은데요. 그래서 어떤 파트를 나누어서 이제 작곡을 한 이제 그런 컨셉이 들어가 있는데 인사이드와 아웃사이드는 서로 이제 반대되는 개념입니다. 그래서 그런 반대되는 개념을 계속 어떤 이용을 해서 뭔가를 이제 설명을 하려고 하는 그런 작품이신 것 같은데요. 그래서 이제 저희 음반을 들려주시고 조금 더 자세한 설명을 해주실 것 같습니다.
Yes, and in this piece, Inside Outside In, there is also an early tendency, which now is very visible in his works, that the movement of the player gets into being part of the piece. And later on, he is writing a series of pieces. Maybe I don't know if we have time to look at them today, but they're called next to, besides, that you can, there are versions for several instruments, violin, I think there's maybe 2 for violin, 2 for guitar, viola, woodwinds and so on, and brass and percussion, that they all have the same rhythms, the same durations, but different techniques, but they basically all are just like interpretations of movements, so either this way, or this way. I'm not going to play now because I have to retune or use a stick to play one. So one piece I'm sitting here with a stick playing, and another one is like really detuned, so like it's hitting against the wood, and then. But you can maybe we can if we have time we can look it up. There are some fun versions. But anyway, no matter what you play, I think they're also great for they're short and they're really fun to play, not too easy. But you can play, then you can play them solo or you can play them together. And they are fun to play like in trios or quartets or something like that. But that they are based on the movements. They still sound great, but like, in his his sample. But I will play a little bit of Inside Outside In. I gave you some of the pages. You don't have everything. I mean, I should read. I can quickly read you. I'm not gonna play it because I don't remember it. I think. But I will play it from the recording, but just to see. So the beginning is like something like this, very quite fast, and then then starts these kind of movements going like this, and at some point it's like I don't know, going around, and then it's kind of collapsing, and gradually some kind of sounds like, and then it goes like. But these kind of sounds, they take up more and more space. So in the beginning it's only this, but at some point it's like collapsed. I cannot go any further, and then this thing starts to take more and more the center space. That is like the main. So that is kind of in the center, and then that actually is kind of mirroring some of the parts of the first section. So instead of going from up from down, he goes. So just compositionally, he takes the same kind of pattern of notes and he mirrors it. And then in the end of the piece, we have kind of the, let's say, the full backside of the instrument exposed. Do I have it here? Maybe I remember some of it. It's like, yeah. So actually, I'm not sure if do you have page 8?
Inside, outside.
Yeah, it's like the last page.
One page.
You only have one page, okay.
Yeah.
But towards the end, there is like fragments of the loud thing happening still. So for instance, that's part of the. So it gets less and less. Next time there is something loud. So 6 notes, and then at some point it's only like 1. But then in between. So this kind of, it's suddenly a new sound world, a new music, no? We can try to hear, maybe. Starts a little bit. It's kind of the second element. It's not really the soft yet. first time the real soft came. Mirrored, but then it's the intersection with the soft is getting bigger and bigger.